And just to finish up for the day, that means nothing to you if you just tuned in. Paul Murphy, 1001 Ways to Cook an Aardvark. A little Christmas story. Page 125. Christmas Dawn. I've done so much reading, my throat is going. Christmas Dawn, 2021, or near off. It was morning's sweetest time. The sun was just starting to rise. The birds were just starting to sing. And at Quagmire's house, a hamster was just starting a very unpleasant journey. The light December snowed its fall soft upon the ground, and following it came the heavy thud of Ernie McFumble, the town drunk. "Ow! Me knee!" cried Ernie, clutching his elbow. He had no sense of direction. That's why he fell upwards sometimes as well. Slowly Ernie picked himself up. It was the first time he'd been picked up in years, unless you count the police. 186,209 of them, plus 3 trainees. Ernie was a terribly lonely man, or he assumed that he was, having no friends to either confirm or deny the matter. But as he so often mused to himself, it's better to have no friends at all than to have a red-hot peanut shoved up your rectum. A train of thought that illustrated only too well the combined effects of loneliness, mess, and a red-hot peanut. Ernie had lived all of his life in Much Belching, a small village in Somerset, well, until global warming kicks in, and then it becomes a small village in the Marianas Trench. He had moved away to London as a young man, but they sent him back. He should have moved away as a young woman, the pay is much better. He'd never known his parents, which was apt, as they'd hardly known each other, saving for one night of passion at the dog and dinner annual walrus tickling evening, where a young, naive innocent, and, quite frankly, ugly as hell Barbara Enema, the daughter of parents with a terrible stammer, oh no, I get the joke, Barbara Enema, was entranced, word pun, think, entranced, by a dapper young man called Harry Dapper Youngblade. Motto, my name is my calling card. I lost my train of thought then, I do apologise. There'll be another one along in 3 minutes' time, but it won't have any carriages. We're trying to save money. If you'd like to save money, run behind the train all the way to London. Oh, I'm going on there. Anyway, Harry was the eventual contest winner. 3 giggling walruses and a chorus of the times they were changing. It was a hard win. That song doesn't have a chorus. But the walruses did their best. Something that was easy, however, that night was young Barbara, overcome with emotion and creosote. "I do," she yelled, grabbing Harry by the soda fountain. Euphemism, think knob. And Harry savoured it, the fruits of victory, 4 oranges and a cherry. But in the morning he was gone, last seen crawling down the dusty dawn highway, gasping, "Have mercy, woman, I'm only flesh and blood," and clutching his trophy. Not a euphemism, but go with it anyway. An 11-metre long lead statue of a tickled walrus that he'd been presented with by the mayor in recognition of his achievement, and they were thinking about giving him one for the contest he'd won as well. Barbara had hardly given him one for the contest. Barbara had already given him one for the contest he won, and several more on account of the fact that she was a horny little raver. But alas, in time-honoured fashion, she was left to carry the can, and she'd run out of petrol. 9 months and 8 seconds later, Eric was born by caesarean section. It had no effect on him in later life, except that whenever he left the room, he went out the window. Harry was nowhere to be seen unless you were where he was too. And then you could probably see him quite easily. It was too much for young Barbara. She couldn't cope, she couldn't tap dance either. Her dire combination, 3838, that's a dire combination if you haven't got your glasses on. She knew her predicament was dire, and so was her goulash. It was a dire combination, see above. She determined to find the one true love of her life, Harry, and underwent dramatic cosmetic surgery to transform herself into a walrus. I think there's enough of this bit left to make another video out of it, so that's what I will do. Tune in for the next